Caster, oh my god. It was the person that what they were waiting on was me. That's a bit bad. Oh well, I forgot to tell I was ready. I was ready 10 minutes ago. Fine, I've had pork pies. I'm prepared.
Okay, so I guess we're into the bans right now. Vayne and Zyra bans coming out right here. So the Zyra again getting banned out, continuing with that 100% pick or ban. Vayne obviously really scary AD carry, and just want that out of the question. Riven also being banned. They don't want that challenger tier. Albeit 3v3 player getting his his Riven, so that's also banned out. The Jace, they clearly didn't like that last game at all. I think the wave clear and the overall damage coming out of him was just too high, so they've decided to ban that out from the top lane. Casting, so the only really real assassin to be banned out here is the Cassadin. And finally, the Lee Sin against Manchester as they play it so brilliantly. So a lot of assassins being left up right here.
Indeed, yes. And speaking of which, a Nocturne pick comes out for Swagvicious, and that Ezreal is going to be coming out for Manchester again, which was very. No, sorry, no. Caitlyn came out last time. So it gets so confusing when they switch sides. I'm really not very good at keeping track. But the Caitlyn comes out, and also we see the Gragas coming out again from Manchester that we saw was so strong last game.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that that's not actually been banned out. That was, I'd said as strong, if not stronger than the actual Jace. Oh, in fact, sorry. Again, I've made exactly the same mistake. I don't know what our viewers will be thinking of this, but that's being picked up by the Swagvicious team. Ari, however, is picked up by the Manchester team, which is a pretty good matchup against that Gragas. Janus actually being matched up with the Ezreal in the bottom lane that's just being hovered over right now. Whether that's being locked in, it really ups that damage of the Ezreal poke in the early game by being locked in by the Swagvicious side again. So still are confident at the fact that that can work for them.
Indeed, yes. So we shall see what will be happening from Manchester, and we shall see what they're going to pick. Go, Mr. TD. Show your hand.
Renekton, interesting.
Yes, well, we saw there in the previous games, Manchester have been showing off that Renekton hand quite a large amount. And Corrin playing that in his the first two games of this evening.
Well, definitely, and it's just the fact that he's such a strong front line, but also he can be a real strong bruiser against your AD carry. Not only wasting their time, but 1v1ing them quite comfortably. Thresh being locked in again from the Manchester, and that was actually really, really strong last game. Forced the Ezreal to take cleanse, and I mean it wasted the cleanse so many times. When the Ezreal could easily have had taken barrier instead, and probably actually done a lot with that barrier. So a great pickup again by the Manchester team.
Yeah, and these look like another two strong teams that are just going to have a massive battle. And we saw, Manchester just getting a little bit ahead and then snowballing. So it could come back. I want to see a 2-1 game. I want to see a close one. I want it to pass out into 3 games. And we shall see who Kid Flares chooses.
Yes, indeed. So just waiting on that last pick then. And as you say, both teams looking really, really strong. Again, I really like this Manchester comp. They've got this assassin, which is actually really good against the Gragas. If she can, with one of her Spirit Rush, dodge the Gragas Exploding Cask, then it's potentially a free kill in that mid lane, provided she plays the rest of it well. Aurelia being, I think, taken right here. No, Jarvan locked in instead. So I'm guessing that we're going to see a Jarvan top lane. That's actually been really strong recently. I said earlier that I've seen a lot playing Dunkmaster Jarvan, and coming out with tons and tons of damage and just absolutely wrecking face with it. So we'll see if that's locked in. No, it looks to be a Vi top looking at the current sum of the spells and the current swaps. So Instead, a Vi, she does a really good job at top lane, actually. Good wave clear. And when you play it, you really play for the engage in the mid game and the late game. So, providing you don't lose too hard on top, and you just keeping up on CS and whatnot, she's a really quite competent pick at the top lane.
Yeah, I'm wondering how she's going to do against the Renekton, because all of her escape is kind of in that charged up punch. But if Renekton gets that slice and dice off and then just stuns you in the face, that's going to be. I don't know how she's going to do in a long trade off with Renekton.
Yeah, definitely. And if she starts to try and charge to get away, the Renekton can either jump in front of her and stop her, or alternatively just stun her and stop that totally. So he should actually face it well against him. But as I say, as long as she keeps her turret, keeps being able to farm, which she usually can do with that wave clear from her E, she should be alright going into the mid game and the late game, especially with his Jarvan. I mean, I think the idea of the Jarvan is that he locks them all up together in order to be able to get her absolutely destructive explosive cast. Actually, it's a Vi jungle, so they've trolled me again. It is going to be a Vi jungle with that smite. It's a Jarvan top. We'll see what that goes like. So disregard everything I just said, folks. It's not important. And is that the end of the 3-minute delay, or are we just into the 3-minute delay?
You know what? I'm with this client. I just give up. I give up anymore. Well, what am I meant to do?
Okay.
We are into the 3-minute delay, so we have got 1 minute and 38 seconds left.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, brilliant. So, I mean, that's a case of us having a third person in the game doing the camera to bring you a good quality stream, guys. Because if I tried to stream it off my internet in this small suburban village, we'd really struggle. So, sure, I'm having to spectate separately for you folks.
Exactly. Yeah, I tried to cast just a stream too. What was it, a couple of weeks ago now? And because I'm with Virgin Media, as soon as I was casting for more than 2 hours, that was when my internet got quartered down. Well, minus 75% of the upload speed disappeared, and then the stream started falling over. Funnily enough.
Damn you, Richard Branson. It's all
damn
your fault.
you, Branson, and your branding. Yes. So I may have 120 megabytes down. But back to topic of League. Yes, these two teams both looking very strong. I'm going to keep my money on Manchester, as the straw poll also said that we had a 90% swing for who's going to take this next game, and it's going to be Manchester, according to the poll. Granted, only 10 people voted. However, still 9-1. I think my money's in the right place. Are you keeping your money on Swag?
I don't really want to, because Manchester are looking absolutely destructive, but I feel for unbiased commentary, I feel I have to put my money on Swag now, albeit not real money, fake imaginary money. So not.
We're putting our caster's reputation on the line, not money.
There we go.
We're now into the loading screen, so we'll be bringing you the game very shortly. I really want to see an invade. Didn't get to see that invade last game.
Yeah. I mean, I hope the thing is, Manchester haven't invaded all night, and it's paid off really well for them. I'd really actually like them, however, because of the pressure, obviously, from the first game being taken off. I'd like to see them make the most of their RE and their Thresh start. They've got a Taunt and a Grapple. And
depending on what Renekton takes first, you can also possibly see a stun in there as well.
Exactly.
I really want to see this come out, and I'll be very disappointed if it doesn't come out.
Yeah, but we will see. I mean, on the other hand, yeah, I've got a Janna shield and I've got a lot of damage coming from the Ezreal, so it may be slightly risky, but I'd just like to see Thresh make that a bit of a risk at the start of the game, both teams coming out really fast. I think things going down from Manchester's team. In fact, everywhere. So I'm really unsure what they're paying. Whether they're saying that we're going to just cover each entrance of the jungle to make sure they don't invade. Similarly, the Janna's heading over towards red buff side, probably going to get a wards down, just in that bush to stop the invade from Manchester. The rest of Swag are just going to sit on this blue side to make sure they're not going to come over and steal a blue away from the Vi.
Yes, very nice spread out position from Manchester. Swag don't, and they have full vision. They know exactly they have full vision, but they know where Swag are hanging around, and they are really hanging around there. So see the janitors messing down the lane, trundling around. Actually, are we going to see the lane swap? Caitlyn's in the mid lane, and is Thresh going to end up recalling?
I mean, I guess
I'd like to see the lane swap because Caitlyn would absolutely do
push
over
onto that top lane again. I mean, it worked really well for them the last game. Well, I say really well. Shen actually did a really good job of keeping up on levels, following that Vi around the jungle. Well, as Space said earlier, the bot lane stacks the minions. So perhaps this time they're going to take the normal matchup against that Ezreal Janna.
It does seem like they're going to be doing that. And we see Nocturne starting red and Vi starting blue. I want to see an aggressive jungle. I want to see this Nocturne fly into the red jungle and just annoy Vi, because with that red buff, if he can go and intercept the Vi when she's doing any other counters, she should absolutely trash her.
Yeah, and in fact, Nocturne's coming round to these golems and going to take these away. So whether he wants to get a level 3 gank in on the bot lane, or whether he's just going to clear away all of his camps and get a level 4 before going up to the top lane. Sometimes you like to see, especially as this Renekton's got the ward in there, them take a bit of a longer route to get that extra level in order to throw off the timing, so they arrive after the initial gank from the Vi's come in. It means that you're not going to butt heads and put yourself in a tricky situation of a 2-on-2, which can be quite awkward at times. So Nocturne just gets this level 3 right there from the Wraith camp. Going to take these wolves and probably head up to the blue and then top. I actually hovering around this mid, especially as this area is pushed so far up. She puts himself in a real bad situation. Greg grounds onto the Ahri.
Yeah, and then Vi's just going to finish off. That is a death, Mr. TD. Just the charge up the fist and that third bang, and that is her death. The Ignite comes out from, as well, from Gragas, just to make sure she has no chance of living. But that is 4 summoner spells gone in the mid lane. All of them have gone, but of course, Gragas now ahead. See if he can keep that ahead, though, if he doesn't have the Vi to help him. Also in the top lane, we see that Nocturne is moving up, looking for the gank. He's just going to fly straight into the lane, see if Renekton can get the stun onto Jarvan. He doesn't manage to get the stun. It's down, it's on cooldown, and see if the fear goes off. The fear goes off and the flash comes out. I don't know if that was necessary, though, because he already did have Ignite on.
Yeah, he did. I just don't think he might not have spotted it. I've got a feeling that's the case. But, you know, either way, it's going to enable this Renekton to farm out underneath the turret and push this remaining minion wave into the turret. So he's going to initially take a big CS lead, and Jarvan's going to actually lose out on a lot of levels here unless he can get back in time. Vi's charging up, going to catch out the Nocturne
found
right here.
Dead Nocturne.
And with that red buff, just going to bring him out. So Nocturne making a bit of a mistake there. Vi just using her good map awareness to pick up that kill right there.
Well, the pings came down straight away when Jarvan died. I assume it was Jarvan doing the ping and saying, "Hey, look, Vi, you've got double his health. Come do something."
Yeah, definitely. And you know, like, the Nocturne did a really good job, but then throw.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but the same thing's going to happen in mid lane again. Vi's just come in, but actually she just gets charmed away. Please carry on.
Well played from the Ahri there. Another engage coming out from the Vi. Gragas lands a brilliant Baron, and the Vi damage is just absolutely huge there. She's doing a brilliant job of just catching out lots and lots of people, and there's 3 kills on her now. She hasn't actually taken it back yet, so that initial damage is literally from her runes and mastery. She gets no extra damage from that Hunter's Machete. So yeah, absolutely huge.
Vi has done work both in the top lane and the mid lane now, and that is going to put, well, the Jarvan, sorry, not in the top lane, of course, it was Nocturne like in the top lane, but that Gragas is now going to be so far ahead to do those 2 assists, and he can just free farm, he can push the turret. Nocturne's going to there to try and make sure that doesn't happen. But this Vi, oh, we have a pause coming out. Skype issues. But Vi is just going to bring such presence to all 3 lanes. As soon as she backs and she's got that ancient golem, spirit of the ancient golem, like so quickly in the game. It's only 5.5 minutes in. Now she's got that extra half K health, and she's got the CDR, and of course she's going to have that tenacity, which is going to be really useful when going against Nocturne Sphere and also the Charm from Ari.
Yeah, and she's going to be so close to that level 6 that as soon as she actually hits the level 6 with that ultimate and the spirit of the stone ancient golem, going to just be able to dive into turrets, quite honestly, especially if this Ari is still left at level 4. Ari's actually done a really bad job in third game, but it lands a great taunt onto the Gragas, stealing lots and lots of poke right there. She's just been playing so aggressively, knowing full well that there's a Vi around, and just have very little sight along the in the river where this Vi is just coming from every time. So
indeed, yeah. She seems to have got that idea now, though, and she just brings out the charm every time she sees a Vi coming in with the powered up fist. She just charms you in the face, and that's the power up wasted, the mana wasted.
But still, the damage coming out there.
It is insane.
Literally used her Q into 1E and took Ari down to less than half HP there. So really well played from this Vi. Minute looking so aggressive. Jarvan taken very low on top. Vi's going to come up, walk through a ward. So Renekton's playing it very safe on this top lane. She's aware that this Vi does a lot of damage. And she's just being a menace, just closing down each lane, making them really scared. And that's a really good move from Vi, because this Jarvan was struggling, having to chug his way through pots, and could have potentially missed out on a lot of farm there if he was forced to back.
Yeah. Bot lane is kind of just a bit of a poke war, as you'd expect, with Caitlyn bringing out that long range. Thresh actually landing a hook earlier, and Ezreal having to cleanse it away. Of course, cleanse one of the very shortest summoner cooldown spells. And the Swagvicious team are just going to be taking a back in the bot lane, and Vi is heading straight down the lane to see if she can bring some of her ridiculous early feed presence there.
Yeah, their blue buff has just popped as well, so if it doesn't quite work out, she's going to take this farm and then head over to her blue buff, no doubt. But she's just keeping up with the levels so well, you know. She's level 6. Mid lane's only just hit their level 6. She's going to donate this blue over, getting her probably close to a level 7. And I'd expect to see her invading onto the Nocturne's buff right now. I'd be surprised if she doesn't try and tell the rest of her team, you know, push your lanes, guys. Let's get some deep wards out, and let's punish this Nocturne for the rest of the teams feeding me an awful lot.
Exactly, yes. She's not going straight over to the wall. She's going to go take her red buff, and she pretty much deserves it. She can bring that around the entire map. You see Nocturne setting up for a gank in bot lane, and they don't have any knowledge that it's going to be there. I'm going to expect the ult to come out if Thresh can land a hook. He does not land the hook, so he's just going to be sitting there a little while longer, and in fact decides to take it back, or maybe he's not going to. I hate it when people do that. I'm trying to cast. Backing, but not backing.
Come on now.
Come on, stop messing with us. We see Vi coming again to the mid lane, but she is now standing on a ward. Mr. TD learning from his earlier mistakes. That Vi always comes in from that top bush. So he's planted that ward there.
And she's going to learn pretty soon that if she goes around the other side, she may have a bit more success. The Aerie playing very aggressive here. Gragas going to explosive cast. Aerie's forced a flash and ulti away there. So
it was a beautiful flash, though, causing the Vi to use her power fist in the wrong direction entirely.
Yeah, but it opens her up to these gank. You know, in the next 60 seconds while that ultimate's down, she's going to suffer. Ezreal actually managed to block out the Caitlyn there. Vi coming in with her ultimate, finishing off the Caitlyn, leaving the Thresh very exposed right there here. And they're just going to chase him down. Thresh landing a good flash there, but the Vi getting back on top of him. And
Vi really should have left that for the Ezreal. He could have just cued that Thresh in the face, and that would be him with a kill in the lane, and that would put him quite happily over the Caitlyn. as soon as he got some farm. But yeah, that Vi, fantastic. Like she said, okay, I didn't get anything down on mid lane, just went straight to bot lane because smelled that Nocturne not been present in the lane for a while. She came straight in, and even though the Caitlyn ultimate the Caitlyn ultimate missed Ezreal, and Caitlyn started disengaging, she just said, "No, you're going nowhere." Ultimate, and I just forget how far she can travel when she's pinned that ultimate on someone. She just charges across the map, slams you up, and then just that's bye bye Caitlyn's health, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's you know it's one of those ultimates that it's a surefire gank, you know, unless you do something special to stop it. Either blow some of the spells or the Thresh anticipates it with some really good ward and getting that lantern off. You know, when she's this far ahead and can deal this much damage, she can basically walk into any lane with it and be pretty confident that she's going to come out with a kill, which is great. You know, as soon as that cooldown comes up, especially when you've got the extra 10% cooldown reduction from the initial item, the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. That should be able.
Indeed. Yeah, the ping's coming down on mid lane from Swagvicious. The Gragas have taken very low by him. So a good combination of the Ari combos, smacking him with the charm and not missing that at all. But Vi is there to hold the lane, bring her power and saying, get away. We actually also see Jarvan coming down from the top lane, but I don't know if he went through that ward and if he's going to be spotted or not. And we see Ari kind of being a little bit sneaky and coming around to the bot lane via the Swagvicious blue buff camp. Very confident that they're going to take that tower, and Thresh is going for these hooks, but he's not really landed many of them. But we see the Nocturne ultimate come out and he goes in, but a very quick arcane flash, whatever it is, the free flash that Ezreal has away from it. See Vi coming in, jumping over the wall and smacking Thresh in the face twice, and we also see the Nocturne coming out. Caitlyn ultimate gets cancelled and the Gragas ultimate comes out, and that is going to be a lot of dead Manchester, I feel. That Thresh is going down, the Gragas just throwing barrels everywhere, and that Vi is just doing so much damage, it's unbelievable. Charm's going to come out from the Ari, but the flash, dash, and barrel from from the mid laner of Swagvicious. That is going to be a dead Mr. T, and it's going to be a dead Nocturne.
Oh, and the Ari actually almost managed to pull out a real clutch play. From the grave, manages to pick up 2 kills, but that was a 4-for-2 trade in favour of Swagvicious. Manchester did manage to take a turret there, so didn't come out too badly in terms of gold. And it was very unlucky actually. If Caitlyn had her flash up, which I'm pretty sure she didn't in that last fight, she'd actually come out a lot better right there. It was very, very down to the wire, that fight, and I mean, Gragas managed to land a brilliant barrel which displaced about 4 of them and dealt a lot of damage right there. So it could have gone either way and could have actually swung that back in favour of Manchester if they were slightly more lucky. But Swagvicious is just holding on to that lead right now.
Yeah, but they do. They have the 6 kill lead. However, they are only 1,000 gold ahead of the Manchester team, which is kind of surprising. But also, Manchester is going to take this free dragon. Absolutely no way that Swagvicious could take that. And actually, now that it's only 300 gold difference. So that Vi, although fed, is all on Vi. So we'll see if she can keep this up throughout the game and keep bringing that presence everywhere. See Renekton just smashing on the Jarvan trying to hit back, but we see Vi coming into lane, and there's no wards for Renekton, so if Renekton gets baited into a fight by Jarvan, he may find himself dead. See Vi pop around the corner, and she has done that way too early, unless the Jarvan ultimate comes out. See the ultimate come out from Renekton, she gets ultimated in the face by the Vi in return. He's just going to walk away, hopefully, to his turret. Oh no, he's going to find himself dead, as... Oh, is he though? Oh, that was so close! Ezreal ultimate from across the map. Absolutely fantastic there by the the Swagvicious AD carry. Mr. TD coming in from the mid lane now to brilliant ultimate out of the Jarvan ultimate, and takes off the double kill.
Ouch, and that's some great play by Ari. She left, she kept on with 1 charge of that Spirit Rush up, expecting the Jarvan to turn around and Cataclysm, dodge that, followed by a finish up on him, and then a flash into Orb of Deception to pick up the virus. Well, absolutely brilliantly played by her, and more than made up for her early game blunders.
Yes, Vile Ward was the early game blunder. Or at least not be so pushed when no Fed Vi's running around the map. We saw the Nocturne engage onto the Gragas in the mid lane earlier, and nearly cost him his life. Trying to go for the Gragas because his barrels and that damage, even though he's only got the one kill, he can still deal it out more than Nocturne can at this moment in time.
Yeah, definitely. Nocturne using a really good spell shield there when the Gragas was pretty confident that he had that kill right there, so didn't bother diving him. Which is a little bit of a mistake, a little bit of cockiness coming out from the Gragas. But it's not done bad this game, so maybe that warrants it. Caitlyn actually did a brilliant job in this bottom lane. Even being 0-2 at the minute, she still has a 10 CS lead. So absolutely brilliant coming out from her. And throughout this whole evening, she's shown real strength in the bottom lane. In my opinion, not actually properly losing a lane at all this evening.
Indeed, yes, I'm going to interrupt you because in the mid lane, Vi has come in and picked up a kill on Renekton despite every ultimate coming out bar the Ahri's. Yeah, Ahri's ultimate is not back up yet, otherwise she would have got that kill onto Vi. Yes, what just happened there was there was a poor lonely Renekton in the mid lane against a Vi and the Gragas, and he just didn't expect them both to throw everything at him. The Ahri! What happened there? That was phenomenally silly. She got her ultimate and she went charging under the turret when there's 3 members of Swagvicious there, and Nocturne is escaped on absolutely nothing. Escapes on about 80 HP. Despite I am corrected. The Gragas barrel picked him up.
As they always do. Think of your casters, guys. Stop making plays. You make us look silly.
Exactly, yeah. And it's kind of
I think the Janna made a really clutch play there. She managed to actually knock Ahri up in the middle of a spirit dash, which saved the Gragas his life right there. It would have actually caught the last hit on him, and she just knocked her up in the middle of that, which meant it left her totally vulnerable. While she planned her escape route after the kill with that final spirit dash instead, she didn't even pick up the kill for it.
Indeed, yeah, that flash ultimate as well from the Janna securing that kill onto Nocturne to put him in between those 2 turrets, which is never a nice place to be. Which shows on her assist counter because she has been involved in 8 kills so far.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, in terms of gold though, look how well Manchester has kept up that gold deficit with the turrets and with the CS. They're actually only 600 gold behind Swagvicious right now. So very
we say this, but there is now a bottom lane turret that is going to go to Swagvicious to push that to 1,500 difference, which at this point in the game isn't too large a deal. Well, we shall see. We need to be large for that. But that mini party down bot lane is ended up with the Vi being sandwiched between the Caitlyn and the Thresh and the Renekton. Party in the river going on here with Mr. TD and the ultimate coming out from Ezreal. Mr. TD finding himself slapped by Vi ultimate and the Jarvan ultimate. The Caitlyn ultimate is going to come out and he's going to find the Ezreal. The Renekton ultimate has come out and he's going to try a Jarvan, and he does. The Thresh doing a fantastic ultimate and slowing down the Vi so she could not get away. That went very, very well for Manchester.
Well, the Ahri actually used a lot of her threat right there in trying to assassinate the Gragas, and the Vi decided to turn around to an ulti on top of that Ahri, who already had used most of her cooldowns. While we speak, Nocturne goes in with his ultimate right there, picking up the Gragas. Janna left some very little HP, and the Caitlyn just picking it up with her Pulse Fire Peacemaker. Peacemaker? Yeah, I believe that's right. Piltover Peacemaker, yes, sorry. I knew there was something not quite right there.
Something to do with Ezreal and Pulse Fire.
Pulse Fire, something. She shot her. Guys, she shot her, okay.
Yes, and if she can get this turret, that will be a fantastic extra bit of gold for Manchester, who now find themselves... she's not quite going to get it. But Manchester find themselves in the lead now with almost 1,000 gold, despite being 4 kills down. That's 1 turret lead and the Dragon, and actually the Renekton with 40 CS and over his counterpart, and the Caitlyn with 30 CS on her counterpart.
Yeah, definitely. And going back to what I was just saying before, Nocturne decided to ult and pick up some kills, like the selfish person he is. I'm trying to speak. He's there making plays. Era going in on the mid lane, picking up that Ezreal with some fantastic play and use for ultimate right there. So that extends that gold lead even further with the mid turret also dropping and opening up this dragon. And the Vi in that last engage managed to use her ultimate on top of the Ahri rather than saving it for that Caitlyn. And that meant that Caitlyn sat at the back right there dealing loads and loads of damage. She's already got her Infinity Edge and her Zeal, so she does an absolutely ton of damage right now. And that should be their focus in these team fights if that Ahri ultimate is already used.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Manchester making a minor faux pas, they trading Dragon for the tower. They didn't really need all 5 members to go and take that dragon, seeing as Swagvicious were all present in their lanes, they knew where they were. So Jarvan's now going to start beating on this inner tower for the top lane, and Manchester is sending Ahri in to deal with the pesky Jarvan. Is she going to land the charm? She doesn't manage to, otherwise I think that would have been another kill for Ahri, who is showing herself to be not carrying, well, yeah, I would say that she's pretty much carrying. Although everything comes out from Jarvan and throws his ultimate and does manage to take out a large chunk of the life of Ahri, but he flashes and misses his extended lance.
Yeah, and that's the Master Jarvan that I've been seeing so much of in Solo Queue. Just literally, his damage is absolutely insane, and once he's got a couple more items, he can actually easily one-shot the carries on Manchester's team, which could actually be a real problem here. A brilliant play right there from the Ezreal trying to take out the Ahri. She manages to land her ultimate away. The Nocturne comes in, finish up on the Janna. Viper very low, falls to the turret to Caitlyn. Caitlyn's still shooting down onto this Gragas. Lots of damage going onto the Ezreal as well. Caitlyn's still on full HP, so he should be able to just defend this turret from this wave. Renekton's now coming in, slicing and dices, and gets the stun off onto the Jarvan. Still chasing down onto the Ezreal. Lots of damage still coming out. Ezreal also falls down to the Caitlyn. Only Gragas left up now to defend this middle turret. And that was some great play 4v5 from
Absolutely
Manchester.
Fantastic timing for Renekton to just appear in the side of the lane while 2 of them are on low health and the third one's at half health. Just comes in, stun, that's another kill, then chases down that Ezreal, full well knowing that Caitlyn has got her ultimate ready, just making sure that she's always got vision if it does come down to having to use her ultimate. Absolutely fantastic, as you were saying.
And I mean, the Ezreal actually made a really good decision at the start, but the Ahri was so on the ball there. She manages to get her charm and her ultimate away there to safety, only to be blown up as she tries to go back in. But the Ezreal very, very lucky just to be caught there by the charm as he jumps in. She anticipated that so well, the Ahri, and it actually meant that Swagvicious were forced into this team fight straight away in order to actually come out even there. And once they'd come out even, they just needed to back away before that Renekton came in and cleared up 2 more of their members.
Indeed, yeah, that was a kind of a lack of vision on just the whole top half of the map. Just absolutely no idea where Renekton is as soon as the Jarvan was out of the lane. We now see the gold difference being pushed to almost 3,500 in favour of Manchester. Despite them still being 1 kill behind, they have got 2 dragons and 2 turrets now up on Swagvicious. Poor Imperial. It was so good at the beginning, and they got 9 kills to 3. And it's all just kind of gone downhill as Manchester been able to get into their stride. In fact, talking about their stride in the top lane, a lot of ultimates came down, and the Jarvan survives on about, I think it was 100 HP. Yes, the Ahri is engaged with her charm and her ultimate and everything, and the Nocturne's going to find him! Yes, he's going to find him! Oh, there's always that worrying moment when that annoying, I don't understand how it works, but you'll be recalling, someone will hit you, you'll take the damage, but you'll recall anyway. I don't really understand that. The hatred in the voice coming out there. And Swagvicious is looking to siege off this mid tower, and the Caitlyn and the Thresh are not going to be able to hold off that Vi, along with the Ezreal. Renekton again looking to exploit the lack of vision coming down from the top lane, but Vi is going in for her raid anyway. Renekton, I think, is going to end up with, like, not sniping, scissoring the Vi if the fear comes out from Nocturne, which it does, and she is going to find herself in a very bad place. Caitlyn battering her from afar. The fear came out from Nocturne, and Renekton is going to hit her down and grab the kill.
A great catch there from Thresh. He jumped onto the Ezreal, and the ace in the hole coming out from Caitlyn, dealing just enough damage for the Nocturne to finish him up with the final hit. So 3 members of Swagvicious left to defend this in the turret. Some great wave clear from the Gragas. Renekton goes very aggressively onto the Gragas, landed and stood, and the rest of his team's just going to focus down this turret. They're going to take the inhib turret. Renekton's brought very low, dies. Thresh to the Jarvan, actually they explode him. The Nocturne now going down onto the Janna, and they're going to clear up this Gragas as well. That was absolutely brilliant from Manchester. They snowballed those initial 2 kills so well into that inhib turret. Renekton just giving enough of himself in order for his team to pick up the inhib turret and then engage.
Yes, that was absolutely fantastic. That's a lot of teamwork and communication. They knew that, right, okay, Renekton, you go and you hold them off, or we'll batter down this turret, and then once the turret's down, we can start being squishy and in their face. And the Ahri, like, coming all the way up, just charging up the mid lane. But she has been found by the Vi ultimate, which just takes her out in 2 shots. Rather unfortunate. Now I just hope that Vi doesn't go around just getting 3 kills from Manchester, hanging around a bit too much. But no, she's choosing to let Thresh walk free.
And the Caitlyn in the bottom lane has just finished off the Phantom Dance. She's actually got home guards up. Swagvicious are going to start the Baron here. They know that the Caitlyn's in the bot lane, and I think Caitlyn's just going to split push this down. She can't get up to that Baron in time. They're dealing a lot of damage. I think Swagvicious is going to take this for free unless this Renekton can do something special here. Caitlyn's more than happy to trade this bottom turret right now. She knows she can't quite do enough. Renekton does go aggressive in onto this Baron.
Didn't know the Baron helped, and the fantastic Lantern comes out from Thresh. Oh, but the Flash ultimate comes out from Jarvan to keep them in the fight, and the Ezreal ultimate then hits all of them, but the spell shield came out from Nocturne to shield himself from that. But it doesn't matter, Renekton dies anyway. Caitlyn has got that bottom turret, and the fought off a Gragas whilst trying to do it. Both end up half, but no kills. Nocturne ultimate coming out, kind of, I don't really understand what that was going to achieve. It was doing it onto a Jarvan. We knew that could happen at any moment, that Jarvan would just run away to his flagpole. Meanwhile, the Ahri is going hardcore on the Vi and the Ezreal. The Ezreal not quite going to die to that Ignite tick, however.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think they just wanted to clear up a kill or 2, maybe enable that Caitlyn to take that second inhib turret at bottom. I mean, the Nocturne was very unfortunate there. Got knocked up by the Janna. She anticipated the Paranoia coming in and knocked him up mid-Paranoia. So really well played again from Janna. Being really on the ball with those tornadoes. However, they did need to take a quick B, and that's going to leave this top turret exposed. Nocturne is staying very long, and the Dunkmaster Jarvan is doing a really good job of showing just how strong he is with that build. Gragas is doing a really good job as well of just lane clearing. This mid lane, obviously, just has to chuck a barrel down and hit him a couple of times. So, not a whole lot of skill of lane clearing.
Barrel anyway. It's not a skilled shot.
but in terms of getting himself mobile around the map and just making sure that these lanes are pushed back up to stop that Caitlyn split push. He didn't go too aggressive on that bottom lane. Held it to a 1 turret when it could have easily been that second inhib turret, while the rest of his team Baron. So really well played by him.
I'd just like to apologise for the phrase scissoring on Vi, because I'm now looking at the Twitch chat. It's just caused a lot of horrible LoL sexual references. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Hardcore scissoring, you after dark. What have I done?
Did set alarm bells ringing. But I didn't want to
I was
go
trying to say
place.
pincering, but scissoring came out instead. What have I done? Apparently I should never apologise for creating sexual references. But anyway, getting back to the game, we just see Thresh deep warding into the Swag jungle to make sure that he doesn't walk into a Vi. But Janna's got her oracles, her visions. in her little slutty dress. No, I'm doing this on purpose now. She has found herself caught out by the thresh hook though, and she is going to get bursted down into oblivion. However, that was the ultimate gone from Ari and finds herself suspect to the Gragas ultimate and the Ezreal ultimate, which just takes her out in one hit. Also finding the thresh, because when the thresh doesn't have anything else, he dies.
He dies. He dies.
He dies! We will now see Swag pushing onto this mid tour with only 3 members of Manchester remaining. Like to and fro game, each team fight could go either way.
Yeah, definitely, and that Gragas landed an absolutely perfect ultimate right there, followed by the Ezreal onto the engage going down underneath the turret as the Vi tries to get onto the Caitlyn, manages to do so successfully. Caitlyn lands a brilliant flash, just going to kite backwards right there. Vi just managed to escape on a very, very small amount, but the ace in the hole coming out from the Caitlyn to clean up onto that Jarvan. So 1 for 1, Renekton going aggressive onto the Ezreal right there, and Caitlyn anticipates the Gragas coming in, backs off, kites really well, back really well, and picks up the kill on 5. So another 1 for 1. Gragas ultimate back up, and he clears up that Caitlyn.
That cooldown on that ultimate is absolutely nothing. Just comes out that ultimate again and again.
Right here, she's going to clean up the Ezreal as well. That's absolutely fantastic from her. So, as you say, such a back and forth game right here. They're going to take this middle inhib, and only a Janna left to protect it. Next death time is up on Jarvan at 10 seconds, so they should be able to take this comfortably with the Jarvan, though. Not a whole lot of damage really coming out from the area. They have got these minions now coming in, so this should be a free enough inhib.
Yeah, I'm interested as to why the Jarvan decided not to buy. Oh, he didn't have enough money for it. I can't read. That'll be why I didn't buy Home Guard. But yes, that's an inhibitor going towards Manchester. Now, of course, those lanes are already pushed, and now they're going to be pushed even more with those increased minion stats.
Yeah, definitely, and now they've realised that they can't. Well, they can fight them, but they shouldn't really be so cocky with the assassinations.
Indeed, yeah. Speaking of an assassination, the Vi is hitting down onto the Ari, but she's just going to escape over the wall, but she does use her ultimate for that privilege.
Yeah, and we said about the Gragas cooldown being really low. Aris is actually 50 seconds at the minute on hers as well.
Oh, wow.
With the Death Fire, obviously, and the blue buff maxing out her cooldown reduction. So that means she can actually split push really well alongside this Caitlyn, who's actually had an absolutely fantastic game in my opinion.
50 CS above on the Ezreal and equal on kills and 4 more assists. She's done very well considering, especially as earlier on in the game she was against she had no kills and Ezreal had 3 at one point in lane.
Yeah, that was the case.
She's just done what Caitlyn does very well. You just sit and you farm and you siege and you push. And yeah, if the opportunity for a kill presents itself, yes, fine. But don't go hardcore man mode on it unless it really does present itself with a bow and a ribbon and a cherry on top.
Exactly, and she's just building those items up really, really well. Ari actually making an assassination onto this Vi right here. They're just going to about finish her off. Ezreal manages to soak up the damage from the Ari with his Banshees. Ari taken very, very low. She's having to run and back off. Nocturne coming in to finish up on this Ezreal. Fight still going down onto the Janna, the Renekton and the Thresh, both on top. Top turret also falls. Caitlyn's still getting a lot of damage here, and they've got to finish off this Ezreal right here.
Oh!
But he does manage to land the last Q to the Ari and just finish her off right there. So well played.
I really don't think Ari needed to be that bait. I think Ezreal was going to be dead either way. Kind of threw it away there. I knew she was trying to be that Zhonya's bait. Ha, come get me. But I feel that was kind of pointless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. However, they're actually managing to get a lot of damage onto this turret, and they're going to take it for, I'd like to say, free. This Gragas could prove me wrong right here. He's doing a lot of poke damage, and Thresh actually mixing that hook gives him the opportunity to potentially get this ultimate off that's just popped back up on cooldown.
Yeah. Oh, and the Gragas ultimate comes out and does a lot of damage, and then the Zhonya's is going to make sure that he stays alive. Oh, but the Caitlyn picks him up, and also the Vi is going to charge in and take out that Caitlyn, and also going to take out the Nocturne if Nocturne isn't too... Oh, that was brilliant there. He puts out the... I forgot the name of that thing. The thing that makes him go faster, then it just sideswipes entirely. The almost fantastic ult from Thresh coming out there, but not quite enough unless the fear comes off, and it does. It's Vi running across the map. Oh, and the Ezreal ultimate just missing the Thresh, juking it. And now Ari's here to say bye, bye, bye. But Vi picks up the kill on Nocturne anyway.
Yeah,
I don't understand what happened there. Nocturne managed to juke her.
It's incredible. You know, and the synergy just between Manchester, it's impressed me time after time after time. The Thresh and the Vi both trying to escape are literally about 100 HP each, and it actually turns out into a 1-for-1 kill, which is brilliant for Manchester, not giving too much away to get that second inhib there. That really opens up this Baron. What do Swagvicious need to do here?
Swagvicious need to not get caught out, but they keep on getting caught out with the Janna death.
Yes,
just wanders in to get wards down. Yes, she needs to ward Baron, but only when you think that they might be going Baron. They had vision on where Aria was. I think she's in the middle lane, like clearing off minions or something, wasn't she? And then Janna just goes, sacrifices herself for no good reason. And I won't be surprised if Caitlyn is now going to go and take the dragon for free, seeing as that is also up. But Swagvicious do know that they are doing Baron at the moment. But I feel like Manchester are baiting out. They know they can win a straight up fight because they do have such good communication. Thresh looking for a freebie, and he's going to find himself maybe doing things. No, he defensive lantern or offensive, which way you look at it. But Jarvan's coming out, and also, the Banshee's Veil gets popped from Ezreal, and Renekton's going in hard. The ultimate comes out. The ultimate comes out from Jarvan, locking down the R of the RA forces. Sonya's the Vi ultimate coming out and knocking down like Caitlyn. The Caitlyn, fantastic E over the wall. Still can put out the damage, but can't be hit by those melee champions. And the RA survives and absolutely nothing, using her Fox Fire to absolutely obliterate all of Swagvicious. And that is 3 down. 2 to go. The ultimate going to come out from Caitlyn. And he gets soaked by the Janna. I don't think it would have been enough to kill the Ezreal anyway. But Nocturne is going to try his darndest to catch these people before they go back to the platform. But he's not going to manage to do so.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Why? What did Ezreal just buy? I'm surprised he doesn't get the home guard. He could have just flied in and just started smacking things around. But I would not be surprised if this was the end for Swagvicious. Manchester just hitting down, getting the 2 turrets, and that was the GG's coming out from Swagvicious. Manchester take this final of the Super 8 in a 2-0. Second game, so close, so good.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic from Manchester tonight, and deservingly won this whole this split, taking home the 300 championship points and the Riot points along with it. I mean, Swagvicious doing a really good job. They're going to pick up 200 championship points, and we've also got the 3rd and 4th place matches for 175 points and 150 points, respectively. So, absolutely brilliant from Manchester. I mean, that was a whitewash tonight. They haven't lost one. Went 2-0 in the semi-finals and 2-0 again in the finals. So absolutely brilliant. I'm so impressed with them. Not only in a university scene and within this scene, but I mean, I've been to lots and lots of LANs. I've seen lots of professional sides, and their synergy is absolutely fantastic in terms of, I think they could give some really, really good teams a really good runs for their money. The quality of play in this tournament is absolutely incredible, and it's actually taken my breath away a bit in terms of
it's
just
really
how
taken
good
me by
these teams
surprise.
are.
Exactly, the Manchester synergy, as you say, and that teamwork. They've obviously practiced together. They know their team comps. They know what they're going to do, and when you play with someone so much, you get to know what they're going to do. You don't even have to have the communication. You know that Renekton's going to. Yes, I'm going to say something rule protocol. Renekton goes hard on the back lines, etc. You know that Renekton's going to sit there, and you know he's going to keep them off. You know he's going to peel for you, and you know that Ari will appear at the right time, and she'll just use her ultimate to take down whoever's just been chasing you around half the map. Right. But yes, coming back from an early slump of the 9 kills to 3 at one point in favour of Swagvicious, but back and forth, slowly getting equalised, and then as soon as they were equal, Manchester just started rolling away with it.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic by them. And, I mean, Swagvicious looked so strong in their semi-final. And while the early game was fantastic, I mean, in terms of general
Oh my
plays
god,
in the
I'm
later
sorry,
game.
Twitch chat.
The fourth hole, I'm saying right now.
Why do
I
I do
mean,
this?
we're gonna phase away from that, I think, because it's getting dirty in there. We're gonna have to
Indeed.
put NSFW tags on our Reddit post pretty soon if James continues to comment. I feel. But
Stop dissing my laugh.
in terms of Manchester, I mean, tonight they were untouchable in my opinion, but I'd really like to see these teams step up. Now, I'm going to talk briefly before the stream ends about what's actually happened in this Super 8 bracket. The bottom four teams, which are Mbug, Staff VGS, I think ACOG were in it as well, but I believe they've had to forfeit due to their team disbanding. And the final one is Cardiff. Sorry, that was the one I was forgetting. They all have had to face off in a demotion series or a series where they're going to have to keep their place against the promotion, the teams that are up in promotion in the promotion bracket. So each of them have had a best of 3 games against that, and we could actually see some very fresh new faces in the Super 8. I mean, we'll keep you more up to date. We'll probably go over all of this in the assessment, which is our short little chat show sort of thing on Thursday evenings. So we'll let you lot know about that. But you could see some fresh teams, which could give these really strong teams that are currently in the Super 8 a run for their money. What do you think will happen?
I'm just really excited. Like, I really enjoy this tournament format, you know, that allows the new teams to come up into Super 8, and every 3 weeks we will see new teams come in, old teams fade away, challenge their existing strategies, and we'll probably get, you know, some people drop out and then come back in. But yet, like, Manchester needs to have. I feel like they do well when they're playing against, you know, a standard competition. I want to see someone come in with some stupid composition and just go hark back to season 2, pull something out of the old book, or just pull something completely crazy out, like just new. And I think Manchester will have a hard time dealing with that, because I was saying earlier, well, not just Manchester picking on them because I've just watched them, but all the other teams will also have an issue with all these new teams coming in. And it may not even just be that the new teams are better or worse, like categorically, than the other people. It's just different. Because I've had 2 weeks before this week of playing against the same teams every Sunday, and getting used to those teams, and knowing not their weak points, but when you can push them and try and get them bleed with it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week with the new blood.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it may stay exactly the same, but one thing's for sure is that these groups aren't going to stay exactly the same. They are going to be mixed up depending on the seedings, which are being made, obviously, from the games that have happened. So the group stages are going to be totally different in the next 2 weeks that come up before the next split. And we're going to see some really interesting games, as well as potentially some fresh faces coming through in the Super 8. So I'm really excited. Is there anything you want to add before we say our goodnights?
I just want to say that I hope to see all of you Twitch people, or included all you dirty-minded people, back next Sunday, same time, for our playoffs as usual for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, that's all I want to say. I hope to see more of you, and I promise never to mention scissoring ever again.
Well, I think that's fair. And just before you go, guys, if you want any more information on the Newell, please visit www.thenewell.com.
/scissoring.
There's no /scissoring yet. We may have to add that as an extra tab for yourself, James. Or alternatively, go on www.facebook.com/thenewelluk. No scissoring involved, okay? Cheers, guys, and have a good night.
Thanks very much, and good night.